every variety of herbs imaginable.
I wish I did too, Jody, but I love to use herbs when I cook and also when I make an herbal infusion.
Well, now that's really how it all began, isn't it? I mean, herbs were used to cure any number of ailments and ward off certain viruses and cure certain problems.
That's really true, Jody, and I know in another segment you're going to be talking about the scientific principles behind herbs, but what I like to do in this one is talk about some of the fun facts about herbs.
Ooh, there are so many legends and stories and folklores. Where do we start?
Well, let's start with, is this one sage?
Ah, good guess.
All
It
right.
is sage, yes.
In the 1st century, there was a Greek physician by the name of Dioscorides. He said that by making an herbal infusion of sage, that you could turn your hair black.
Ooh, well, I'm going to remember that one when my gray starts to take over. Now, there's some fun stories about garlic.
Oh, garlic is great. In Egypt, the workers on the pyramids, they would eat garlic, and they believed that it really increased their strength.
Right.
All
and
right.
There's another one I heard, not quite so noble as the first one, about garlic being used by wandering husbands.
Yes, wandering husbands, when they were visiting, or I should say after they were visiting their mistresses, they would take a little bit of garlic to cover up any kind of smell that they could communicate to their wife.
All right, what do I have here?
All right, that has got to be thyme.
It is thyme, lemon
All right.
thyme to be specific. Isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful.
And what are
wonderful.
some of the legends and stories surrounding thyme?
Well, in the Dark Ages, they believed that it really increased people's courage and really their vigor. I mean, it gave them more energy.
It was also a cure for melancholy and mild depression, right?
Yes, in the Roman time, it was kind of the antidepressant of the day.
Another one for me to remember when the gray starts to take over.
Exactly.
For now, let me show you how to make the perfect cup of herbal tisane. The variety of herbs that you can use in a tisane is so huge that giving you just one set of instructions is a little bit tricky. So, what I will do is brew one of the most common herbs here today, and then I'll give you a few little tidbits of advice to help you tweak that process depending on what you decide to use at home. Now, we have all heard the story where Peter Rabbit's mother gives him chamomile tea and puts him to bed. Mothers have used chamomile for centuries as a stomach soother and calming remedy. Chamomile is a daisy-like flower with a wonderful sweet smell. To brew it, you use either 1 tablespoon of fresh flowers or 1 teaspoon of dried flowers per cup of water. So first, I'm going to get the water going. Cold bottled water, of course. And then I'm going to put my flowers directly into my cup. But after I've loaded them in there, I want to crush the flowers with the back of a spoon because this helps release the beneficial oils into the water. You should do this with every herb you brew to get the most out of each cup. Now, I'm going to want the water to get to a full boil, just barely. Perfect. Then I will pour the water into the cup. Chamomile has such powerful health properties that we want to preserve them all. So I'm going to cover my cup while the chamomile's brewing. This keeps in the active oils that are going to soothe and calm us. I'm going to let those sit for about 10 minutes. Now, depending on which herbs and then which parts of the plant you're using, that steeping time could change. If you're using the flowers, for example, 10 minutes should be plenty. But if you're using roots or stems or seeds, you might want to let them steep for a little bit longer. You see, those pieces of the plant are just tougher and they take a little longer to get all the good stuff out. Well, that's about ready. I love chamomile. This is one of the sweetest of all herbs. It has a little flavor of apple, and a wonderful fresh floral smell. Now later on, we will use the incredible flavors of herbs to create some delicious treats you will not forget. All right, Kyle. Now it's time to play Stump the Expert. What did I bring you?
Is this going to be another quiz?
Let's see if you can guess what it is.
I don't even need to take a sip of it because I can tell from the smell. It has a sweet, distinctive odor. This is chamomile.
This is chamomile.
Great.
Nice one. Now dazzle me with a little bit of your chamomile knowledge.
Okay. In Germany, chamomile is kind of the go-to drug for everything. And in Germany, they call it actually alles zu Traut, which actually translates to mean it can take care of almost anything. It's the go-to drug when you're not feeling well.
Wow. You know, it really does seem that in the world of herbs, there is something to take care of everything. Why do you think modern cultures, especially here in America, have been so averse to learning about and using these remedies?
We're so used to taking pills. We go to the doctor, we're prescribed a medication, we go to the pharmacy, we pick up the pills. Sometimes we even have side effects. Maybe what we could do is we could prevent having to take so many pills by seeking a natural remedy.
Right. Well, I mean, I, for one, am not totally ready to give up modern science and what we know from modern medicine, but I think a great whole body approach is actually to combine the two and use some natural remedies together with what we know from modern medicine.
I'm going to take more vegetables, I'm going to take more fruits, I'm going to improve my diet, so maybe I can eliminate some of the pills and not have to seek remedies to take care of my health.
That is a great way to start. Well, let's learn a little bit more about what science has to say about these herbs and the wonderful things they can do for our bodies. There are so many herbs out there that have been used for centuries to cure everything from headaches to flatulence. I can't list them all here, but I've compiled a list of a few that I think are particularly useful. Hawthorn tea has long been thought to be a heart-healthy beverage, and modern science agrees. Hawthorn increases blood supply to the heart, which in turn improves circulation to the whole body. Hawthorn also inhibits an enzyme that constricts blood vessels, so it's an effective therapy for people with heart conditions. Lemongrass tea has been known to invigorate drinkers with its aroma and its flavor, as well as aid in digestion. Recent studies also show antibacterial and antifungal properties. Now, motherwort may not be an herb in your spice rack, but its tea is well known as a tonic for longevity in many areas of the world. In fact, in Japan, there's a saying, drink motherwort to the despair of your heirs. It's the heart that benefits most. Blood pressure and lipid levels are lowered, palpitations are calmed, and heart function in general is normalized. Rosemary is no doubt more familiar to you, but did you know that rosemary is a stimulant and mild pain reliever? So, for headaches, arthritis, poor circulation, and lapses in memory, try a little rosemary tea. Now another kitchen favorite, sage has a few properties that might surprise you as well. The volatile oils it contains soothe inflammations of the mouth, throat, and tonsils, and oddly enough, it can even help with excessive sweating. So, drink some herbal tea and drink to your health. I really do wish I had more time to spend in my own garden and maybe a little bit more of a green thumb. I would love to have fresh herbs to cook with and to steep into yummy tisanes whenever I want them. So I decided to take a little trip to the Dallas Arboretum and get a lesson on herbs straight from the experts. Kathy.
Yes.
Oh, it smells so lovely in here.
Isn't it
Wow.
wonderful?
It really is. How did you get started doing this?
Years ago, I had an interest in plants anyway, and after being around herbs and smelling their aromas, I decided to start growing some herbs for teas and for sale.
Wow, and they're so good for you in addition to how beautiful they look and smell.
And they're great for culinary purposes too.
Well, what all do you have around here?
Let's look.
Let's do.
This is thyme. There's two different kinds of thyme here. Can you tell?
I can. Are these flowers edible?
Yes, they are.
Okay. That's lovely.
Lemon thyme. Great in teas.
Smells great. What else do you have?
Let's look around. Been out in the herb garden, you've looked around. Would you like to make your own herb jar to take home with you?
I would love to.
Let's begin by potting
Okay.
up the strawberry jar.
Excellent. What do I do first?
Let's get the soil. We'll begin by putting some soil in the bottom of the strawberry jar.
Okay. I can mix all kinds of different herbs in this and they'll all grow in the same growing conditions.
Correct. For the most part, herbs like it dry and full sun.
What's next?
I want for you to choose the herbs that you would like in the bottom.
All right.
Got lots of choices
We
here.
We do. Okay, don't tell me. Let me
Okay.
see if I can guess.
Okay.
Tarragon?
French tarragon, you're correct.
Excellent. This is a keeper because I want to use that in cooking.
That would be great in chickens and pastas. It'd be wonderful.
Yeah. This one is so beautiful. It has to go next. What is
All right.
that?
This is lemon balm.
Lemon
Break a leaf
balm.
off and crush it and smell it.
Okay.
We will have to prune him quite a bit.
Ooh, that's lovely.
You like that?
Yeah.
All right, let's take it out of the pot. Let's remove some of the roots.
Okay.
You're not hurting a thing. Mints are very tough. Why
Okay.
don't you start by putting this in this pocket right here.
Here I go. Now, should I handle this plant with great care or is it pretty hardy?
It's pretty tough. It's
Okay.
perennial. It'll come back every year, and
Okay.
it doesn't mind root pruning.
Okay.
That looks really
Is
good.
that all right?
Yes.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
that is fine. Now
Okay.
you're ready to choose your next herb. What
Good.
else would you like in there?
Let's do the lemon verbena.
Okay. Are you ready to stick in that last hole on the bottom?
All right.
Plant through the hole, roots down.
Bomb coming in.
Just very good. That looks great.
Okay, this I want to use next.
One of my favorites.
Fresh tarragon.
Next, go ahead and stick the herb into the pot.
There
That
he
looks
is.
wonderful.
Does that look good? All
That's
right.
great.
Okay, what comes next?
How about parsley?
Parsley.
You could cook with it, and you could use it in teas also.
All right.
I understand that it helps with colds, and it's full of vitamin C, very full of vitamin C.
You're exactly right. All right, let's do it.
So let's take him out of the pot.
So this is a pretty big guy. We'll just squeeze his little hairs together and put him on through, huh?
He'll be happy in his new home.
He's so pretty.
That looks great.
And then we put our
Rosemary. That's a great choice for the top. Now let's see if we can't get him in the pot and kind of make him straight.
Okay, make him straight.
Rosemary's good also in teas.
Yay.
Now we're ready to finish the top off with some soil.
Now the best time to water this is going to be actually about mid-morning, isn't it?
Yes, I would water it sometime between 10 and noon if possible. That way you don't have fungal problems in the evening. It's ready.
It's so
That's
cute.
lovely.
You know what I would love to do right now? What's the best way to turn some of these extra cuttings into tea that we can enjoy while we're here today?
Well, we have some cuttings. So lemon balm, that's a great choice for tea.
yay.
Let's make some lemon balm tea.
Okay.
Um,
Can we use the leaves fresh? Do we need to dry them first?
we can use them fresh today. And if you want more lemon balm tea tomorrow, just put the cuttings in the refrigerator. They'll keep nicely.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you don't think you're going to use it for a while, you could dry it. You could get a dryer
Right.
that you could buy, or you could stick it in a very low oven, the lowest setting, for possibly 15 minutes, dry the leaves, and put them in a sealed plastic container.
Okay, you know what I want to do? Let's make a tea right now with some of this lemon balm.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Lemon balm has been used since the Middle Ages to soothe upset stomachs and to ease insomnia.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I had so much fun today. Thank you for teaching me all those really interesting things about herbs.
You're welcome.
Well, I don't know about you, but I am inspired. I might keep it fairly small, but I will plant some herbs at home. They're just
too delicious not to. And now, it's time to see what some of you think about a few of my favorite herbal tisanes. Today at the Cultured Cup, we have 2 herbal tisanes for our tasters. The first is an herbal mint blend with tarragon. Let's see what our tasters think.
Oh, it's very nice, very smooth. It's a minty flavor.
There's definitely a mint tea. It's definitely herbal. Maybe a little chamomile.
Tarragon is actually a member of the sunflower family. Its leaves, brewed in a tisane, help soothe the stomach and relax the body.
It's like that sleepy time tea that we buy now and then.
I never would have guessed there was tarragon in it. I would have thought it was chamomile.
Now it's time to try chamomile.
It's like walking in a flower garden.
The entire chamomile flower is usually brewed for a smooth, flowery taste and effective stress relief.
I can't believe that this is chamomile. It's better than any chamomile I've ever had before.
I wouldn't even need to add honey or anything to it. The flavor is just wonderful.
I would definitely drink this after a long day.
Oh, yeah. If I was stressed out and I had a drink of this, I'd probably fall asleep before I finished the cup.
Stay with us, because when we get back, we'll take those fresh herbs and make even more delicious creations.
Herbs are such a fresh, natural way to flavor everything, even a fabulous summertime treat like iced tea. Lemon pineapple cooler. For this recipe, you'll need 8 cups of water, you'll need 6 lemon verbena tea bags, a small bunch of fresh lemon thyme, a small bunch of fresh pineapple sage, and honey to taste. Now, I have 4 cups of water coming to a boil right here. And I'm going to go ahead and put my tea bags and my lemon thyme and my pineapple sage into a pitcher. And now that that water is truly boiling, I'm going to remove it from the heat and I'm going to pour it over the tea bags and the herbs. Okay. Now it's time to drizzle in a little honey. I like to use honey rather than sugar because it's less processed, and I find that I use a little bit less of it because it tastes so sweet. Just put in as much honey as you think you need to make it taste just sweet enough. Now I'm going to let that steep for about 10 minutes, and then I'll add the remaining water into a pitcher and chill. Lemon verbena tea is delicious on its own, but the other herbs add something truly unique. This is not a tea you're going to find at every neighborhood restaurant. Lemon thyme looks just like regular thyme, but the flavor is completely different. This one is lemon all the way. You can actually substitute lemon thyme whenever a recipe calls for lemon juice or lemon zest. It's that powerful. Now, pineapple sage is delicious, and it gives a delicious exotic flavor and the same soothing anti-inflammatory properties of other sages. So here I have a pitcher with my tea already steeped, strained, and cooled. Look at that color. It is so natural and earthy. You can pour it over ice or just pour it fresh into a glass. Add a fresh sprig of lemon thyme and a little pineapple sage in the glass to complete the look. And look at that beautiful summertime drink. Drink up and enjoy this one.
Herbs have been a part of human history pretty much forever, but when I'm drinking a cup of chamomile, it's the soothing properties and that sweet floral taste that I'm thinking about. And I really do love the fact that I'm turning to something completely natural when I'm feeling under the weather, or anytime really, and I think you will too. I've enjoyed sharing this time with you, a steaming cup and some tranquility. I'm Jody Rudman, and here's to you. Enjoy.